Hey everyone, Amanda here reporting to you from Klipfolio HQ. Today, I'm going to show you guys how you can turn a simple power metric into an entire dashboard of visualizations. This revenue breakdown dashboard that you're seeing here is using one power metric that I've created and copied 6 different times into this dashboard. I can filter through these segments up here by using these different drop-down menus. These drop-down filters are baked into the PowerMetrics experience, so there's actually no technical building or formula knowledge required to put this together. I'm going to take you guys through this from the top, so we're going to start by creating a PowerMetric. So I'm going to hit this plus button here, and I'm going to use an existing data source that I've already modeled. I'm going to go ahead and select this Klipfolio live sample data, and I'm going to go ahead and click next. So what we're going to do here is we're going to define a metric value. So for this particular dashboard, I want to track my revenue in all of the different areas of my business. I'm going to keep the default aggregation set to sum and just click next. The next thing I want to do is select the different ways that I want to segment my revenue data. So I'm going to go ahead and click through a couple of these options here. So I want to segment my data by product, by customer type, country, sales rep, and customer content. So you can select up to 5 different segments in this section here. And once you've selected your 5 segments, we're going to go ahead and click next. So now it's going to ask us to select a date column. Now, there's already a date column in this particular power metric, and what I want to make sure of specifically is that for this particular visualization, I don't want to use the current date and time. I want to use the date that's already existing in this power metric data source. So I'm going to go ahead and click next here. Now Klipfolio is going to ask me to tell me a little bit about this data. For this particular example, I'm going to select transactional values. I'm using currency in this particular data source, so I want to be able to show these values as transactional, and I'm going to click next. Next, I'm going to assign a name to this power metric. As I've already created one called revenue, I'm just going to name this one revenue 2. The format for the numerical values here are going to be in a currency, and of course, trending up is positive. Now I'm going to hit save. Our power metric is now fetching our data, and if I open this up here, in a moment, we'll see the populated information. All right, here we have it. We have a power metric showcasing our revenue. Right now, it is currently segmenting it by country and by year. So we're seeing our data in all time segmented by year. So we've got 2017 all the way to 2020. As you guys know from previous power metric tips and tricks videos, in this particular window here, I can go through, change my chart type, go into my data, and choose how I want to segment this information. This is all well and good, but I want to be able to see all of these different segments and all of these different slices of my data in one dashboard. So now I'm going to go to my dashboard section here, add a new dashboard, and we're going to name this Revenue Breakdown 2. From here, I'm going to click on this little Add a Power Metric symbol, and I'm going to add that revenue 2 power metric that we created, and I'm going to add it 6 different times. Here we have it. So our revenue 2 power metric, we've added it a bunch of times here. Now you'll remember in that previous dashboard, we had a bunch of different filters at the top of this dashboard. So this little add and remove filters button here will allow me to go through and just select each individual segment so that once we have this dashboard set up the way we want, we can go through and filter through these different options here. So when I hit apply, you'll see that those filters will populate over at the top. Next, I'm going to go through and configure each individual power metric here to display a different segmentation of data. I'm also going to rename it here. I'll keep this one as is, as country. What I'm going to do within this particular visualization as well is in my data segment, as I'm filtering, I want to be able to go through and compare this data versus a previous period once we change that date range. So from here, I'm just going to speed up the process, configure each individual PowerMetric with a different name and a different chart type, as well as change the different segmentation of this data that we're seeing. And I'll be back with you guys in just a moment. Awesome. So I've gone through, and as you saw through my little sped up process there, I renamed each individual PowerMetric, and I selected a different segment of data. In doing that, of course, it is going to allow me to view this same PowerMetric that I've duplicated a bunch of times into a bunch of different visualizations here. From here, I'm going to speed up the process once more. I'm just going to resize these PowerMetrics so that they fit nicely into my dashboard, and I'll be back with you guys in just another moment. All right, so I've gone ahead and resized each individual PowerMetric here just so that it looks nice on this dashboard. I can do a number of things now just to show you guys some of the flexibility you have with the filtering. Now that I've duplicated, renamed, and create different segments of this data, I can go through and segment this data however I wish. I can choose to filter it to display data over a specific date range. Maybe I want to go through and only see data from a particular country, or maybe I want to clear those two fields and have a performance review with a member of my sales team and filter out just a particular segment of their data. So you guys, I definitely recommend exploring all of the different features that we went through today in creating this revenue breakdown PowerMetric dashboard. And voila, there you have it. One PowerMetric, 6 different visualizations, each telling its own story. If you like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to learn more about PowerMetrics, I've linked some great videos in the description box below. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks coming your way. Have a great day, guys.